got a memory today, like on my phone, from 9 years ago today, when I initially first started trading. It was a video that I did on YouTube. It's private now, so you can't see it. Back in 2017. And it kind of brought everything flooding back for me in this whole journey that I've been on, and how much trading can take from you and will take from you if your goal is to be successful. Like, I'm not even being dramatic here. Like, if you stay in the game long enough, trading will take everything from you. It will test your confidence, it will test your peace, your relationships, your self-image. Everything about you will be tested on this journey. And it can take your entire identity. So it can just strip you of everything that you thought you used to be and the person that you thought you were. That gets completely stripped, because in order to be a good trader and good at trading, you cannot approach it from the normal mindset that we humans have been brought up with and we've been accustomed to. You have to completely reinvent yourself. And most people don't talk about this part. Everyone talks about the highlight reels, the cars, Lamborghinis, Dubai, trading by the beach, trading from your laptop. No one talks about this part of trading. The real truth about trading. Real trading is one of the most psychologically punishing businesses in the world, because you can do everything right, you can take every correct step, and you can still lose money. And people don't really get it, and people will never understand what you're going through as a trader, and people will never fully be able to grasp it. It's a very lonely endeavor and business, because no one understands and no one will understand. The biggest villain that you'll face in trading, it's not the market, it's not the news, but it's yourself. The market is a mirror. It reflects back at you your own thoughts and ideas, not just of yourself, but of trading as well. See, in the beginning, we all assume that trading is a logical business. You study, you build systems, you backtest, you find the edge, then you start trading. You start implementing your edge, and then you start losing, and then you lose again and again, and then you become confused, because how can you do everything right and still lose money? So what happens is we go searching for more certainty, more Discord groups, more noise. But this doesn't help our clarity. It just adds noise. And when you go searching elsewhere, you lose conviction within yourself. You lose confidence within yourself. And that's the spiral. You don't just end up losing money, you end up losing complete trust and judgment in yourself. And that way you can't even learn any lessons, because you weren't the one that made the decision. See, our brains want comfort, they want certainty, but trading doesn't provide that. The market rewards patience, discomfort, delayed gratification, and being wrong without taking it personally. If you're not trained, the market will train you. You know, so often we step away from the charts at the end of the day. We're sitting with loved ones, sitting with friends, family, but we're not really there. We're thinking about the trade that we took that day, what we should have or could have done. our mood starts tracking our P&L. Our whole identity, everything starts to weigh on each individual trade. If you win, you're worthy, you're confident. If you lose, you're a failure. And that's not trading. That's emotional dependency. See, trading is deeply lonely. People don't understand, and people can't understand, no matter how much you try and explain to people. The thing is with that is you stop trying to explain how you feel. You stop trying to understand yourself because no one else understands around you. And when trading becomes your entire inner world, losses don't just attack your P&L, they attack your identity, your personal identity of who you think you are. You start to avoid uncomfortable truths, greed, impatience, revenge trading, addictions, and fantasies of one big trade taking you out of all these losses. I've been doing this almost 10 years now, and it took me almost 4 years to see any marginal gains. And I've had years where I thought I was genuinely done. I felt shattered. I felt emotionally depleted because everything was on the line. My whole identity, my whole life was tied to each individual trade. I had nothing else outside of trading. My confidence was shattered. I'd forced trades. I was clueless, but I had to rebuild from scratch. Very often, trading destroys you before it builds you back up. You have to destroy your old self before you can build the person who is able to create consistent profitability in the market. But here's the turning point. If you can weather these years, if you can weather these phases, if you stay long enough, trading can give you something that nothing else can, and that's personal evolution. It forces you to face reality. No excuses, no blame, just results. You stop trying to be right and you start focusing on execution. You stop chasing dopamine and you start valuing consistency. You start to learn that no position sitting in cash is a position. And losses finally stop feeling personal. They start to feel like information, like feedback. You start to size better, trade less, and you start to respect risk more. And this is when trading starts giving back. Not fast, not magically, but slowly, consistently. If you're struggling in trading and you don't feel like you have a chance, reframe this. This is where most people quit. This middle part here, the part that you're in, that's where most people quit. But that's exactly why the opportunity exists. So which version of yourself are you going to walk to the other side of? You might just be closer than you think. Good luck.